I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk
just reacted to his new release date by letting everyone know that he is not checking into protective custody because he's coming home.
The PC. Hey. Hey, I respect your mom forever. The PC.
A lot of them can be going straight to PC.
This is all happening because his lawyer Drew Finling submitted paperwork to have Lil Durk released on a house arrest, resulting in DJ Vlad saying Lil Durk has a real chance of beating his case. Remember this tweet. In case you're unaware, the feds began panicking inside of the courtroom. They don't even know what they want to charge Lil Durk with anymore.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case. Some of the evidence that they wanted to use has actually been withdrawn so that the judge didn't have to exclude it. When they bought this case, they said the conspiracy started in August 2022. That's when Durk arranged to get these rentals, these flights. That's when he made arrangements for the bounty. Then they switched that and they said, actually, the conspiracy started back when Von November 2020. And here's the big one. When they charged Durk, they said in the indictment about the bounty that at the direction of defendant Durk Banks, defendant Wilson, that's OTF Didi, would pay the bounty or monetary reward to the That's gone.
But this is where it gets interesting in why Lil Durk is in favor of winning the case, because they just added a fallback charge against him. In the court system, this is known as a Hail Mary, a last hope for the feds to lock up somebody when they know they are going into trial with a very high chance of losing.
Also added a fallback charge. So when they bought the case, the original indictment, there was no stalking charge. In the second superseding indictment against Durk, they added a stalking charge. And the stalking charge is important because it doesn't require any contract. No quid pro quo, no bounty, no payment theory. You can add that charge and simply prove that, hey, he was telling people to go do this. He didn't necessarily pay them to go do but he was telling them to go follow that guy. He was telling them to go stalk that guy. And a jury can look at it and say, a lot like in the Diddy case, that, hey, not exactly sure here. Very, very, very suspicious individual over here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the lesser charge. And so, when the government puts in that fallback charge later in the case, that tells you that they're not 100% sure.
However, something interesting happened after the court session was done. With so much positive news coming out, no rappers in the industry showed any love towards Lil Durk. This resulted in Durk's team writing on his IG story for him, "Crazy how you gotta wait until it's dark out to see who's really with you." As DJ Academics even explained, every rapper left Lil Durk's side with him being arrested. They all went to NBA YoungBoy, trying to get any sort of clout they can.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the went on tour with, did songs with, called you they brother, they twin. I wouldn't be surprised if these rappers try to f India. These are down low and dirty. And I think this is what, I think Durk right now is thinking that, man, I thought I was just with a whole bunch of real. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. And I feel bad for Durk. When King Slime got locked up, there was a whole parade. Free him! Free him! Free him! Oh, nah. Everybody would post details of the case. How is this humane? How could they do this? Yo, free... not smart. No, free Slime. Durk got locked up. They might give that half a bar. Free Smirk. And they moved the... I'll give credit. I have heard some of these guys have sent lawyers. Good for that, but Smirk is in there, man, realizing the world don't stop spinning because you locked up.
But like the video if you're still with Lil Durk, because the prosecutors panicking resulted in them delaying Durk's trial further. This opens up a house arrest release date, and let me explain it. The news wrote, Chicago rapper Lil Durk's M for Hire was moved to Tuesday, August 25th, 2026 at a court hearing today. 3 of Durk's OTF co-defendants in the King Von revenge case has filed a motion to sever their cases from his trial, which is a massive win for Lil Durk because the prosecutors won't be able to make Durk look bad in front of the jury for hanging out with known criminal gang members.
And that's what Didi did. He's basically saying all this evidence y'all got against Durk got nothing to do with me. Why you got me charged with Durk? And that doesn't mean he's going against Durk. That just means he wants his case severed. And I'm telling you, if it's severed, it helps Durk. Because one of the main connective tissue to this conspiracy is saying that Durk told Diddy to hire. Diddy's saying, I ain't get told to hire nobody. And I ain't hiring nobody. What are you talking about? Why would I hire someone? That's his thing.
However, some investigators believe Durk may have paid these OTF members to sever their trials from his because of what just happened. The news wrote today, DJ Academics reveals that one of Durk's alleged members confessed to a cellmate, who was reportedly an undercover informant, that Durk paid him to retaliate for his brother D-Thang, who passed away.
He gets locked up in a cell, and they give him a cellmate. He tells his cellmate who he how he murdered him, the homie he did the murder with, and who was supposed to pay him for the murder. Thank you. Come again. Perfect. Got him. So he confessed, essentially. He's talking to a cellmate. Listen to how he's talking to his cellmate, chat. Yeah, I had the standard, folk, with a 60 round in that on mic. I let 3 shots out when he first came out. Marley said, yo, wait till he get to the car. I say, yo, tweaking, boy. By the time he get to the car, that's enough time for him to get his pipe. Yo, so now the cellmate, who's a confidential source, is saying, tell me more.
Making some investigators believe the feds delayed the M for Hire trial for the possibility of them adding another M charge against Lil Durk. However, it didn't seem to faze Durk's lawyer, Drew Finling, because he still submitted the request for Durk's release. The news wrote, at the end of Durk's court hearing today, the Chicago rapper's lawyer submitted paperwork for a house arrest agreement. The rapper is even offering to pay an officer's salary to ensure that he stays inside his home at all times and monitors all of his activities. Meaning Lil Durk would have a live-in police officer where his only job is to monitor Durk every single day. But the prosecutors, they wouldn't let the court hearing end in Durk's favor. The judge ended the court hearing by allowing the prosecutors to use all the evidence they want against him, even allowing them to show footage of King Von passing to prove Durk's motive for wanting revenge for his best friend.
Testimony and video surveillance surrounding the death of King Von, and the motion to exclude this evidence was denied, meaning the judge is going to allow witnesses to testify about and allow the video of King Von to be played at the trial. And this is important because prosecutors wanted to use this evidence to argue that King Von is the reason or motive as to why Durk offered this bounty on Quando Rondo. And so with this ruling, the jury will get to see and hear about all of that.
They're allowing it for 2 reasons. One being, when King Von passed, a lot of ops were celebrating it online. They claim that this fueled Lil Durk to go out and get revenge, but comment down below what your reaction was.
When you looked at King Von getting, how did you feel, considering the animosity between you guys up to that point?
Like my real first action, thought, I was happy.
You're happy?
I was happy.
When you heard that, considering the back and forth that y'all have had in your own ways, how did you feel?
So I kind of happy.
You were happy?
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, no, seriously, I was though. It was up. That, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. For all the people I
However, the second reason they're going to show King Von's passing is because the judge just allowed certain lyrics to be used against Durk. The lyrics, quote, "They be on my page like Slide for Von, I know they're trolling me, I got it back in blood, y'all just don't know, that's how it's supposed to be," as they are connecting it to a Durk interview he did with DJ Academics, where he brings up the Slide for Von comments himself.
What are you talking about? By the Slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They'd be like, they be saying Slide for Von, I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, them songs is fire, I ain't gonna lie.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
Lil Durk mentioning it during an interview will give the prosecutors leverage as it fully proves that he is aware of the Slide for Vaughn comments. Then he backed it up with lyrics in an official song that he released himself. The next lyrics are, "Don't respond to things with Vaughn. I'm like, screw it, you're tripping. They're dropping locations. I'm getting it done. F tweeting, we're sliding. The feds are coming." As they are claiming, this confirms Lil Durk's entire motive of not responding to King Von's comments until the job was done of sliding, grabbing his firearms, and getting the job done, as we all witnessed the job getting done on the local news.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While many claim lyrics cannot be used against you in the court of law, they actually can. It's just very rare for it to happen, so when it does, it's usually a major problem. Lil Durk's lawyers would then counter in the courtroom, claiming the courtroom isn't treating both parties fairly, as the judge is allowing the prosecutors to use all the evidence they want. Meanwhile, Lil Durk isn't even living correctly inside a jail. In case you're unaware, the news wrote, the Chicago rapper's legal team filed a request for a status hearing regarding Durk being detained in a special housing unit without due process since August 29th, 2025. Lil Durk is confined to a very small jail cell, just large enough for one single bed, a toilet, and a sink for 23 hours a day. The filing continues reading, he does not have access to commissary. He is permitted to 1 phone call a month, no in-person social visits, and he was originally placed in an SHU as punishment for being in possession of an Apple Watch. Even inmates from Lil Durk's cell block would call those close to Lil Durk as they had no idea where Durk even was, explaining whatever they're doing to him is not fair.
They got Lil Durk in a hole for basically some BS, and right now we're gonna show the paperwork. They saying that he was caught with a cell phone, and basically that's not true. They trying to keep him in a hole, do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing or whatever, but they trying to make a point because they saying that me and him is privileged and we got so many things going on, and it's a lot of BS.
Due to this all happening to Lil Durk, academics would even further explain that once he gets out of jail, he's not going to be the same rapper that we all love.
Let me tell y'all, the Durk y'all loved when he was free, if he gets back out again, he'll never be that Durk. I'm going to tell you why. He done learned a lot of lessons. This is me assuming, nothing he's told me. But the things that he did for others, y'all know when he came on my podcast, right? And he said, man, your Gunna's a snitch. I can't Gunna. Man, that. I don't care. I love Thug. He said that because Thug told him. Yo, what Durk is realizing, Durk is a great soldier, but nobody looked at him like a leader. Durk was willing to move on behalf of the people he's loyal to when they get locked up. When he locked up, they might drop him as a bar in a song, but
With Lil Durk looking great inside of the courtroom due to all the evidence his lawyers just shared, a house arrest release date was very likely until once again the prosecutors swept in a very corrupt way and shared something they have never shared before. They would end up revealing a photo in 2022 where Lil Durk took a selfie with $1 million in cash on his bathroom counter. To the innocent eye, this is a generic flex photo, but in reality it changes the case forever. Today it would be announced prosecutors say Lil Durk placed a $1 million bounty on Quando Rondo in 2022. The discovery also shows that defendant Banks used his trusted lieutenants to recruit hitmen to fly to Southern California on August 18, 2022. It continues reading, consistent with defendant Banks' promise to reward co-conspirators, they promised to pay a $1 million reward on behalf of defendant Banks in exchange for flying to Los Angeles and committing the crime. time, where they alleged the photo of Lil Durk flexing the $1 million in cash on his bathroom counter was a photo used to show anyone that wanted to take the job the money was there and the money was ready. It was a confirmation photo that the money is gonna be paid. This would end up going viral on social media, getting the attention of many in the rap industry.
Remo, this is my last no jumper. Durk already told me I wasn't supposed to come back up here with that last.
Now look what happened to him.
That man got kids. You talking about look what happened to him.
Definitely not happy about him.
I wouldn't be happy if you go to jail, Adam, because I know you got daughter. Break down.
There's multiple people who are no longer there for their kids as a result of that Durk allegedly called in.
Until they put that on black and white, sir. Stop throwing stuff on a black man who's trying to do something right for the community right now.
The feds have already put out a lot of information about this.
You don't have to put it out. You don't have to put it out. This is a major platform.
You're not the boss of me. We talk about rap on here. I think it is well within our jurisdiction to talk about the fact
jurisdiction?
that
what type of police
has been alleged to have ordered them.
Free smirk though.
Free smirk. But also maybe
police platform. There's some police.
Just sit down for a little and decide, hey, maybe I'm not anybody else.
We don't have no proof that.
Well,
we don't.
Raising a very important question of how did they even find this evidence? This question would be answered only 48 hours later, where it was revealed there was a snitch inside of OTF and they gave up their phone, which showed the entire OTF iMessage group chat, which revealed everything. You're likely unaware of the news of Lil Durk is facing allegations from federal prosecutors that he also put hits on O Block members for not retaliating for King Von. Prosecutors plan to introduce testimony from a witness who claims Durk gave the orders. In the evidence file, it reads, defendant Durk Banks feuds with O Block member Munna Duke over Banks' belief that O Block members were not properly retaliating for Bennett's passing, aka King Von, where Whack 100 would end up reacting, revealing the truth of the snitches going against Durk.
To life by basically saying he's guilty of for hire, and the only thing that, like, yes, some of these things look suspect. Why'd you go there? Why are these people going there? Why'd you send this message? But nothing. There's no message that they got that says where Durk says y'all that Quando yet. Nothing says that.
I'm not. You missing the point. Okay. They got a witness already cooperating on that. Been had one. We just ain't seen what they said. It's 3 years. One of the cooperating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
so
that's co-conspiracy too.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't need too much more than that. One of the is cooperating. Then in the paperwork, you got the conversation. They say they had it in and out. The other 2 was figuring out how they getting paid.
This put the entire court case in a very weird place. Many didn't believe Durk would put hits on his own members until it would be shared by OTF Vonnie's father that Durk even played a part in the passing of King Von alongside his own son.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk who told on Von before he got.
Making many wonder, why would Vonnie's own father just snitch on his own son? But the reality is, it's because Vonnie is the one snitching on Lil Durk. In court today, his file was updated, showing that he's no longer in the Bureau of Prisons custody, meaning that he has now been released from jail, likely on a house arrest. Vonnie got his hands on a cell phone where he texted somebody close to him who would then flip on Vonnie, leaking everything. Vonnie texted him, "I'm trying to plea out on a 32, which is the base for M for hire. Max is 43, which is life. I'd get -2 points for a plea, -1 for early, -2 points for no background, so I'll have 27 points, which is 5 to 7 years. It's better than that. I can't go to trial. I might catch an elbow. I don't want them doing to me like they did them other boys." When saying he doesn't want to get got like them other boys, he's referring to OTF Jam, who was caught wearing a wire during an Instagram live with Lil Durk.
Hey, kid. Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a dare. Architect. Having a dare.
With the entire court case being a mess, there is a very high probability of Durk getting a house arrest agreement later in 2026. Even his father believes so as well.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son, for the least for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.